This is the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show, sponsored by Valorec.
Go get it done, baby. Come on. Blasts his way for a first down. Lets it rip, and it's caught inside. Blasts his way. Open field. Breaks another tackle. He's to the 35, the 30.
Well, you love the gutsy play call right there.
Another one for the highlight reel. Downfield, it's caught.
With 1 week of action already in the books, it is on to week 2. A pair of Columbiana County powers will collide as Salem battles Beaver Local in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Chad Krispinski alongside Ryan Allison. We could see a lot of points here tonight.
Absolutely. Salem averaged nearly 41 points per game last fall, and Beaver Local, they weren't far behind at just under 35 a game. Plus, we'll get a chance to see 2 of the area's top quarterbacks tonight.
Yes, we will. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup notes. Salem is seeking a 4th straight win over Beaver Local in the head-to-head series.
Yeah, the Quakers have been dominant over the last 3 meetings, outscoring the Beavers 130-48 over that 3-game stretch.
That includes almost a year ago to the day when Salem picked up the victory, 62-35. Let's take you back to last year's matchup. Salem put on a show, piling up more than 600 yards of total offense.
Quakers standout Blaze Klein scored 5 touchdowns in that win, 3 on the ground, 2 in the air, and quarterback Jackson Johnson threw 4 TDs as well en route to that victory.
Last week, Ron Johnson's Quakers kicked off the season in winning fashion, holding off Crestview 17-7.
Well, Salem did have to come from behind to pick up that win, and they did play well on defense, holding Crestview to just 130 yards of total offense.
Let's take a closer look at Salem, who enters week 2 with that record of 1-0. Head coach Ron Johnson now in his 11th season at Salem, entering this week's action with 56 wins, leading the Quakers.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's teams are always ready to play when the season begins. They're looking to start the season 2-0 for the 5th time in the last 6 years. They've also posted 4 straight winning seasons.
And that string of success is a direct result of the solid play of senior quarterback Jackson Johnson.
Yeah, he's the son of Salem head coach Ron Johnson, and he is really good. In fact, Coach Johnson says his son Jackson is the best and most complete football player that he's coached in his 36-year career. That includes some guys that went on to play in the NFL. Jackson is a dual-threat quarterback that can pile up the numbers. Last year, he finished with 2,900 yards passing, 1,300 yards rushing, and 53 total touchdowns.
Jackson says he takes what the defense gives him, whether it's 20 hitches or 15 deep balls. He told me his best attribute is his mental ability on the field and his ability to read defenses. He models his game after Atlanta Falcons quarterback Desmond Ridder and Hall of Famer Brett Favre.
You know, the Johnson boy at quarterback is a 4-year guy who's just, you know, he's a veteran out there. He's a coach on the field, and they give him a lot of freedom to choose his plays, change his plays, and you can see that. You know, his confidence, there's not a lot you can show him that he hasn't seen yet.
I'd probably have to say is his scramble ability, because off the scramble he could throw deep throws. His scramble ability is probably his greatest strength.
When we come back, we'll turn our attention to Beaver Local. The Beavers are led by another one of the top quarterbacks in the entire area. You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week. Let's go.
You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show.
And welcome back as the countdown to kickoff continues. Let's now turn our attention to Beaver Local, a team that is loaded with veteran experience.
No doubt, the Beavers have 10 starters back on each side of the ball this season. Head coach Mike McKenzie says the roster is loaded with skill on offense, and he says they also have playmakers at all 3 levels on defense.
Yes, they do, but Beaver Local had a hard time in last week's season opener against Indian Valley. The Beavers lost a 13-10 halftime lead and were outscored 31-7 in the second half of play. Let's take a closer look at Beaver Local, which enters week 2 with a record of 0-1. Head coach Mike McKenzie now in his 6th season heading up the Beavers program.
Yeah, he's building something out there. He led Beaver Local to 29 wins during that span. He also won the first Buckeye 8 conference title in school history last year, and he's looking for his 3rd consecutive winning season with the Beavers.
And he's counting on his tremendous junior quarterback, Austin Klein.
Yeah, great kid, great size. Klein, 6'3", 215 pounds. He's got a big arm, and he can run. Coach McKenzie says he is sneaky fast and deceptive as a true run-pass threat.
Klein told me he loves to hit people and won't hesitate to run opposing defenders over, but he says his real strength lies in throwing the deep ball. He likens his game to Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen.
Well, he's got a year starting under his belt now, so he's got 11 games that he started. Well, 12 now with the opener this year. And every game you get better and better, especially as a young player. He's got good size, he can see the field, and then he's a threat running the ball too. So, I mean, you have to be on edge with him at all times. You can't just cover and stay deep and keep things in front because he can gas you up the middle.
I think Austin's really big. He's got a good stature, he's got a big arm, and I think he makes some good plays on his feet, with it in the air as well. I think he's a good player.
Let's check out our keys to the game. Salem looking to eliminate big plays. They want to make Beaver Local earn everything, 5 yards at a time, and make them play enough plays to make mistakes.
Beaver Local, on the other hand, looking to simply execute. Coach McKenzie wants his team to stay focused on the game and each player handle his own assignment. And finally, the quarterback factor looms large in this one. Jackson Johnson and Austin Klein are two of the best in the area. We'll see which one makes the plays to win this game here in week number 2.
So the spotlight shining brightly on high school football's biggest stage. We're just about ready for kickoff. Salem and Beaver Local face off next in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.